Studio check.
Frequencies check.
We are live on air.
You are listening to the In Fact blessing the airwaves. Take the journey into the world of sports, news, entertainment, while embracing the hottest beats on the planet. Rocking the mind, body, and with energy, electricity, and a splash of controversy. Now, without further ado, it's our pleasure to bring to you
The biggest show in the world.
The biggest show in the world.
the biggest show in the world, the SBTV Nation.
SBTV Nation, it is your boy. The Dream is in the house today. I'm here with my boy, the Mad Hatter. We are running a little bit late, but I think based on last night's performances, okay, I'm a little bit exhausted right now because right now,
You've been doing pretty good, Dream.
right now, I'm a little bit exhausted. Had to stay up last night and get Golden State to win.
No doubt, man. Congratulations on a stellar day for you.
We had an incredible day yesterday as the plays, all with the exception of the New York Rangers, which was my away.
Hockey, man.
No, but the rest of the hockey worked. Stop.
Okay.
And I said separate the Rangers, put the other two together. It was the only away game I had, so I'm not going to even be mad about what the Rangers did, even though they should have won that game.
Got it.
Should have won that game, but everything else was impeccable. And the Cleveland Cavaliers had. Did you see some of this? I posted the block. Did you see the block LeBron did on Courtney Lee?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it again here right now while you put it up, man. That's my boy, kid. You know how he is the bomb.
Listen, he had an absolute stellar game. The Cavs came out last night and absolutely, they went out and did their thing. So here's what I love the most. And this is what I'm talking about when I say, first of all, if you're rich, second of all, if you've got power and you've got influence and you've got like media access and people are interested in what you do, you don't get arrested at a basketball game when you could do what's even better. Last night, Charles Oakley is at the Knicks Cleveland Cavaliers game, sitting next to owner Dan Gilbert. And so now that's the type of stuff the Dream would do. Okay? You throw me out of the Garden, guess what? I'm gonna go to every other place you play and sit with the owners of that organization and make fun of your organization. I mean, that's complete payback.
Sure is, man.
You can't let that right there is the biggest smack in the face. Why be bothered getting arrested at the Garden, dragged out in handcuffs, and all the headache that goes along with that? When even better, what you can do is talk in the media like you did, go on SportsCenter, ESPN like you did, and then go to every game that they have away and sit with the other owners. That would tear up.
Such a great move.
That's more, to me, 8,000 times more volatile than sitting at the games talking trash.
Right on, Dream. Exactly. Good morning to everybody. We are the SBTV Nation live on Twitter as usual. And you know what? We're getting ready for Friday. We're getting ready for a big weekend. And Dream, college basketball is at an all-time high as far as excitement is concerned.
Dude, man, it's incredible. The buzz is going on right now. You guys know how this March Madness thing does, and this is the birth of SBTV. Honestly, when you think about it, I mean, we unveiled what we were trying to do on this program during March Madness.
Sure.
So March Madness is always going to be special to us, and this college hoop thing. I mean, it's time to embrace it. We had a little bit of embracing last night. Talked about Michigan State going out and getting it done. Dude, they got it done.
Sure did. Great call on your part.
That was incredible. I'm sorry. Listen, there's going to be a whole lot of patting on the back today because if you ask me, the Michigan State spot, it grew on me throughout the day. We start off in the morning, and I've already picked out most of the stuff that I'm looking at. probably the night before. Then I'll go over it in the morning again. But it hasn't really had an opportunity to saturate for me until after I get off the show, start interacting a little bit with the nation, start doing a little bit more homework, and then, start going on throughout my day. The more in the day that I went, the more the Michigan State play started like, yo, dude, this place is going to be the bomb.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep, I hear you.
Because I think when you started talking about it, you were like, this is a perfect spot. And as we were breaking down the teams that were on the bubble and on the edge getting in the tournament, and just, talking about all of that, I hadn't really put that into perspective. And then you said, well, I forget what you said, but something that you said yesterday stayed in my mind after the program, and it definitely, it was definitely relevant as far as Michigan State was concerned, and that was a good play for me.
Well, it was, the fact that obviously you have these storied franchises, you know what I'm saying, as far as college basketball is concerned. You got your Syracuses, your Michigan States, and your elite coaches. You got to almost put them in. So, they cannot but you still got to have 18 wins. Minimum, in my humble opinion, anyway. I think that's where it needs to go, considering the fact that you have so many 20-win teams this year. So, you know what? Michigan State and Syracuse are probably going to get a pass, Stream. They're going to get right in.
I'm still on the bubble with Cuse only because of the plethora of teams in the ACC. Syracuse, to me, is going to be on the bubble for that reason. But we will keep an eye on them. Listen, their finish is important. What they do in these last two games and what they do in their ACC tournament is important to me. I don't know if Cuse is going to get in, no hat.
It's going to be tough.
I just don't know. Don't get me wrong. I know Boeheim. I know Cuse. And a big win against Duke. That is going to be nice to have on your resume. I don't know if that's going to be enough with the sheer amount of teams all over the country right now that, like you say, are eligible and can get in. I don't know if they're going to, because there's a lot of eyes. 20 years ago, these committees went in, smoked cigars, you know what I mean? Cats got paid off or whatever.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a lot of tension. But in today's day and age, with the media blitz that's going on, and everybody's got a program and everybody's got a podcast, as do we, and an opinion and a voice, a lot of the stuff that went on behind back doors is no longer allowed anymore because people are looking at you and making decisions. And a lot of people are going to have their eyes on this Syracuse program if they get in the tournament, all over the country. So the committee, they have to be relative in what they do and have to keep that in mind. So I don't know about Syracuse getting in.
All right. And Dream, the number one team in the land, 29-0, almost tripled up San Diego. 96-38, bro.
Phillip Rivers was playing.
Oh, man. That's like a UConn women's score, bro.
Phillip Rivers was playing.
58-point victory. Biggest margin.
Anybody want to take Gonzaga to win the national title, DM me up. I'll take that.
Arizona gets it done, number 4 in the country. Number 5, UCLA gets it done.
Wait. Slow down.
Yes.
Slow down. Arizona gets it done 90-77.
Yes.
Okay. A drubbing of a USC team that's dope, not a San Diego team that's dusty.
I understand that.
Okay, so please give Aiden and Zizzer a little bit more respect.
All right, sounds good, brother. I definitely will. And UCLA goes on the road and gets it done.
UCLA goes on the road and gets it done. A little bit of a stomachache.
Not so much. I mean, they're up 9 at the first half.
This was a little bit of a stomachache. I watched the game. First of all, that Arizona State team is pretty good. They're pretty good.
Got it. Well, you know what?
Go ahead.
A couple of things here, Dream. UCLA is 12-3 in the pack.
Yes.
And, Arizona State is 3 games under 500, but they are playing in that Pac-12, which is a very difficult place and conference to play in. But you know what? I wasn't watching those games. I was actually watching your Cincinnati Bearcats.
Okay.
And, yep.
Go ahead.
They looked good.
They blew a big lead.
They looked good. I was watching them mostly in the first half, to be honest with you, and they were up 19 at the end of the first half. And part of the second half I watched. But Dream, what's hilarious is that we talked about it. Don't lay the points. It's too many points. 13 points. It actually ended up right on the number. They won by 13. So if you were stomach aching that spread, ugh, who the hell wants to deal with that? That's for
The
sure.
Cincinnati team, dude. I don't know if you got a chance. You probably didn't maybe recognize the names. I don't know if you leave the sound on or how you do it. When I watch the games, it depends on who's commentating. Because I got to be honest with you, a couple of the guys I really can't listen to.
Right.
I turn them around. By the way, speaking of that, and I hate jumping all around the place, guys, but Jay Will, the old Duke guard, I love Jay Williams in the booth. I think Williams is an incredible, articulate. I love some of the professional athletes or former college athletes that come and they sit on the desk that really know their stuff and are polished. I really love listening to them talk and hearing their viewpoints. I love Jay Will's viewpoints. I love the way he talks. I love the way he expresses his stuff. I love the way he breaks down the games. He does an absolutely stellar job as far as I'm concerned. A couple other guys, though, I'll be honest with you, and I know he's coming. Dude, I cannot take Clark Kellogg.
No?
Oh, Clark Kellogg drives me insane.
Yeah, the girl that Carol Lawson is awesome. You like
Okay.
her? I really, really enjoy. I mean, she is super sharp, man.
I do
She
like
is
her
one
as
of
well.
the best.
She is super sharp. I think she is. You're right. You're
She's
absolutely
one
right.
of the best female commentators I've ever seen. I mean, realistically, I got to give her a lot of props. I mean, I listened to her talk, and she's talking about the maturity of players and perimeter shooting. I mean, she's just sharp as hell, man.
And then the thing with you, though, being a Trump guy, whenever you talk about a female as being sharp, I got to take that with a grain of salt a little bit, though.
You know what, Dream?
You may have a hidden agenda.
That's a very, very what's the word? Inappropriate comment.
You may have a hidden
That's-
agenda.
that is the winning
being a
pedigree.
Trump supporter. Please, audience, ladies out there listening, please just take that with a grain of salt from my co-host.
Dream, just, at the end of the day, you and CNN and MSNBC and whatever, you guys just got to accept the fact that you lost. And the winner
I've accepted listen, I'm good with that. I have no problem with the loss. But moving forward, I am just going to be, like I said, I remember all the rhetoric that went down with Obama, and, we are going to keep an eye on the Donald as far as how he works. Now, guys, I know you guys have seen a little bit of me on Twitter. I get into it every now and then. You know how I am.
Yep.
Okay? First of all, understand, 60% of what I do is comedy. Okay? I like to have a good time. I like to kick it with a lot of you guys out there. I like to DM. Sometimes we get on the Twitter thing and we have some fun with it. 60% is comedy. However, 40% probably has a little bit of truth and a little bit of substance behind it. Please keep that in mind in most of the stuff that I comment on outside of the plays.
Well, yeah, because when he talks about politics, it's all nonsense, guys. I mean, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Is your construction company on the line?
I think I got my boy Irvin calling today. What's up, brother?
Hello.
What's going on, man? How you doing today?
I'm very good. How you brothers doing today?
We're
You
good.
sound like you're calling us from one of them underground tunnels in Mexico.
Oh, damn, babe.
Oh, man.
No. Does it sound a little better now?
Okay, yeah, definitely better. What's going on, player? How you doing, man?
Irvin, can you
I'm
can you please let my co-host know that that Hillary lost the election and he's just gonna have to deal with Trump for a little while, please?
Hey, man, Trump won fair and square, man. You know why he won? Hey, because he kept it real, man. He ain't fake like Hillary, man. That's what it is.
That's it. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I get a ton of support on my comments for the president of the United States. By the way.
I personally don't like the dude, but at least he's real.
He's real. You know what? He's real. And here's the biggest thing that. No. I think that you all need to realize this. No. Listen. Here's the situation. Everybody's mad because you realize that this guy's such a winner. He didn't even need to go and do any type of politics. He just jumped right to the presidency because he's that dope. Seriously, I want you to put that in your brain for a second. That's why all the politicians are mad at him, because he didn't pay his dues, so to say. The guy just said, I want to be president, and he went and won.
Yeah.
He's a winner. That's it. Period. Right on.
Irv, talk to us what you called in the box. I know it's not to talk about Donald Trump, please.
Nah, hell no. Nah, I got like two things I want to talk about. One thing is about the NCAA, and let me ask you guys a question. How many years y'all been doing this now? Is this going to be, the fourth year you guys running the SBTV thing?
Year 3.
Year 3. Wow, man. Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, so look, this is what I want to talk about. One team that I really love in the NCAA tournament this year, I love Purdue, man. And Purdue, I feel, is well-rounded. They got these two monsters down low. They got whatever his name is, the white boy, and Caleb. And they got a sharpshooter. They got some dude that can hit threes at a very high percentage. Their guard play is decent. It's not great, but it's decent. And what else I was going to say? Oh, Dream, you already know Villanova. I don't know, man. That team's shaky, man. I don't know. We already talked about it. We know the depth is not all that great, but I don't know, Dream. What you think?
Well, the thing with Villanova is their season. They won last year. You have guys that have been there last year, so you got kids that are not going to panic being put on a big stage. That's always going to be a plus, not a minus. However, I do agree with you that they are lacking a little bit of depth. However, Jay Wright's a seasoned coach. If he's able to, do that rotation well enough, you're going to get fresh bodies in when you need them. I think they got to lean more towards rotating more a little bit in the first half and then a little less in the second half, and they're going to be all right as long as your kids stay out of foul trouble.
Hey, that's what I was just going to say. If they get in foul trouble, they're in trouble. So, I mean, I could see them losing. This year is wide open and it's so much fun. The team that I think is going to go all the way is North Carolina, but I think Purdue's going to make a hell of a run in the tournament. But what I'm going to do, plug to the nation, when they play for the Big Ten tournament, you take Purdue. Purdue is winning the Big Ten. I can promise you that. I love Maryland. Maryland, I've been following them for a few years now, mainly because I've been such a fan of Melo Trimble. Last year they were way more talented. This year, just like you said yesterday, I believe, Melo Trimble has really no one to trust. He feels like he's the one that got to do everything, and that's the truth. And they struggle big time against big teams. Against team with size, they struggle bad against those kind of teams.
I agree with you 100% as far as Maryland is concerned. I also think that Purdue, like I said before on the shows as well, Villanova the year prior, smacked in the face in the NCAA tournament, comes back and wins the following year the NCAA tournament. Maybe the same thing goes down with Purdue. This one year, though, the only thing different that I will give you in this tournament, you've got 3 teams with some serious size. You have Purdue with the 2 big guys. You've got Arizona with 2 big guys, and you also have UCLA with a big guy down low as well. So I think this year is a little bit of a throwback to years past, because I don't remember in the last, I would say, I'm going to go maybe last 10 years when we had so many teams with a really relevant big man post game as many as we have this year.
You're absolutely right, and you can't forget Oregon too, right?
Oregon too, exactly. Oregon is though a little undersized. I think in comparison with Arizona and Purdue, I think Oregon's undersized.
All right. Well, one thing I want to thank you, Dream, because I mean, it's very hard to keep in contact with all these teams in the NCAA, and I always pay attention to Big East because that's me. I love the Big East. Georgetown's number one love in NCAA. Unfortunately, they're dusty as fuck right now. My bad for cursing. But anyways, I keep an eye on other teams. But you do point out teams that I'm gonna go by your word, and I'm gonna put them in my bracket to advance. Like Cincinnati, I love the way you talk about them. Arizona, I love the way you talk about them. So those 2 teams, I'm gonna be on the lookout. I already know UCLA is dope because that kid Lonzo Ball is nasty. The Drake looking, he look like Drake. I don't know why, but that dude is nasty though. And all right, so pretty much, I like Purdue to make a little run, and I know they're gonna make the Big Ten. That's my whole thing with the NCAA. And thank you guys for always talking about it and pointing out other stuff that I don't pay attention to because it's so hard. You can't pay attention to everything. It's just ridiculous. You can't do that.
No doubt.
Definitely, man. So,
and my second thing I wanted to talk about, you know me, man. I'm the number one boxing fan probably you guys have in the whole TV nation. There's 2 great boxing fights this month. There's 2 great ones. There's March 4th. It's going to be Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman. Oh, man, I can't wait for that one. That's the main one I'm waiting for. Keith Thurman is a rough rider. He's like a pit bull. His last fight against Sean Porter is arguably the fight of the year. I don't know if it was fight of the year, but it was definitely up there. And Danny Garcia is the cherry picker. I like Danny Garcia. He's all right. He's cool, but he's going to get his ass handed to him. And so take Keith Thurman. He's going to be, I saw that at -230. And I think a week or 2 later after that is March 18th. It's going to be Gennady Golovkin against Daniel Jacobs. Jacobs is no slouch. Nobody wants to fight Golovkin because he's so powerful right now. He's knocking out people at a Tyson rate. That's how bad this boy is right now. Mm-hmm. But you got to take Gennady Golovkin. Of course, there's no value there because he's -700. What you can do is take him, or whatever it is, take it on the under, especially if it's on 6 rounds because Daniel Jacobs going to want to go head-to-head with him. He's no slouch, like I said. He's going to want to bang with him. He's not going to let him bully him. So definitely take the under on the knock because he's knocking him out. Gennady Golovkin's on another level right now. He's the best boxer to me in the game.
Good call. Irvin, I'm a big boxing guy too. I haven't talked a lot about it on the show because, most of the other sports have taken a precedence to boxing, but I'm also a big boxer. And you know what? Before I let you go, really quick, son, what happened to your boy Bernard Hopkins?
Oh, and Dream, you know what's really funny about that? I think it was karma that happened to, because in an interview, he got like in a little scuffle with some white boy, and he's like, a white boy ain't never gonna knock me out. A white boy never gonna knock me out. And homeboy, white boy, fucking knocked him out. He went out to win. You saw that?
I gotta be honest with you. I swear to you, when I saw Hopkins get knocked out, you were one of the first people that I said, Irvin, and I meant to hit you up on Twitter and forgot all about it. I said, Irvin must be going crazy because I knew that you were watching the fight, or you would at least were part of it.
I was definitely watching
You're kind of old. You're old school like I am. So some of the old guys, Roy Jones Jr., Bernard Hopkins, I know you following them. Even the De La Hoya thing that's going on, I know you're relative to that. So when he got knocked out, I meant to shout you out, and I didn't. My bad, man.
Yeah, man, that's not a good way to go out, but he's done. He's finished. He ain't fighting no more. Anyways, I got one more question before I leave with you fellas. And guys, thank you very much for having me on. The reason I DM'd you last night, Dream, about me getting on the thing, I'm like, you know what? Because I called off work today, because I've been working like a dog. I'm working like 2 jobs. I actually got another job because I'm getting married next summer. So, I'm trying to save up as much money. So I'm like, you know what? I have free time in the morning. I want to get on the show with you fellas. But the thing I want to ask you guys is, are you guys running a bracket like you did last year?
Yeah, we could do that. Absolutely.
Yeah, throw some gift cards in for me because I got a good feeling I'm gonna do a little good this year.
Cool deal.
Throw some gift cards in there. And I like Dick's Sporting Goods. Dick's Sporting Goods. Send me some Dick's Sporting Goods.
Kick rocks.
I need some new gym gear.
Hey, hit up Charles Oakley. He'll take you over to Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh, no, this is the last thing. I just thought of it right now before I got off the phone because there's so much to say that you just forget it when you're on the phone because, you're just so happy and stuff. But one more thing. Dan is running a fantasy baseball league. I know, Dream, you don't mess with that, but, it's really fun, man. We had last year was my first time doing fantasy baseball. Dude, I had a blast. I love it. I actually love it so much that I like it more than fantasy football. It's every day. It's crazy. I love it. And I think you would definitely like it too. And I know, Dream, you mess around with fantasy baseball too. So get involved. Play it, man. SBTV crew, man. You got to get involved.
I'm going to take it under advisement as I agree with you. Fantasy baseball is more fun than fantasy football. I do agree with that. I have done it in the past, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have the time, but good looking on that. Irv, we're going to let you get out of here so we can move on with the program, brother. But thank you for calling.
No doubt. God bless you, fellas. Take care.
All right, brother. Take care.
You too, man. Good talking to you. All right.
Dream. So we are back, and let's talk a little bit, You have anything up your sleeve before I get into some college basketball?
Well, just want to thank him for calling. And
Yeah.
gang, you guys, listen, everybody in the nation, Irvin hit me up last night in the DM and asked if he can come on. We don't always have spots open, but, sometimes we do. Today, there is not a whole heck of a lot of content, so it was nice to have him on. If any of you guys ever want to call in or talk to us, listen, this community has always been just that, a community. We kind of host this thing and we keep it, we try to keep it, professional, and there's a blueprint and a foundation. But the crux of this has always been just some guys and some sports fans that love sports and also to gamble on it that, are a little bit different than the mainstream media and how they go about their business. So if ever you guys want to get on or you got a comment you want to make, feel free. Hit me on the DM. We'll have you on. It's mad informal like that just was. We're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about. We want to hear your views and your opinions. Listen, we listen to everybody. You can learn something from everyone. I don't know how many times I've had just anybody off Twitter say, hey, Dream, such and such and such and such does this, that, and the third. And I maybe threw a couple $5 on it, and boom, it came out to work. So, anybody's opinions or anybody's comments or any additives you want to add to this program, feel free and contact me on the DM or contact Hat. We will find a way to make it happen.
All right, Dream. So I'm sitting here and just going through future odds and stuff like that. And I found the Golden Grizzles of Oakland at 1,000-1. Not bad. I think this team could win a couple of games in the tournament, to be honest with you.
Is Oak Tree getting in, no, Hat?
Oh, they're getting in.
Okay.
Because they're going to win their conference. I mean, it's between them and Valpo, but I think both of them get in, as a matter of fact. So I am.
Valpo always gets in and gets murdered in the first, in the right end.
Valpo is also 1,000-1, but the Golden Grizzles are a better team. They're almost like the VCU-ish type of team. You know what I'm saying? So, remember VCU that year was like a what were they, like a 14 seed and went all the way to the Final Four?
Yes. That's how Shaka Smart got to Texas.
No doubt.
He won't be going to the Final Four with them.
And another one too, Dream, and you might think I'm crazy, but this team is not bad. Virginia Tech is 600-1. They're not a bad team.
Tech, no, can't do it with them. I don't like their defense.
And I got Georgia Tech at 1,000-1, along with shaky Wake Forest.
Since we are in college basketball, I do need to discuss one thing with you.
What?
Ohio State beat Wisconsin last night.
Dude, you know what? I saw that, and this Wisconsin team is on a big slide right now, brother. They have lost. I mean, they lost the other night. I don't really know what they're doing, to be honest with you.
First of all, I haven't liked this team, and I talked about it. They lost to Northwestern, okay? And then they lost to Michigan, back-to-back loss. This is what bothers me about Maryland, though. But I did talk about Trimble not being, not feeling confident in his guys, but Maryland should have beat Wisconsin to really cement who they are. But Wisconsin gets to win against Maryland, then turns around and loses to Ohio State.
It's you know what, you have. You see this in all sports. When you have interconference matchups, Dream, it's just these teams know each other very well. And it's just anything goes.
And I got news for you, Hat. They're going to Michigan State on Sunday. I don't necessarily know that it's going to get fixed up against Michigan State on Sunday because Michigan State is kind of feeling themselves and making that little push. That's going to be a very interesting game, but we will get into that matchup a little bit on Sunday. But, gang, you might want to circle that and look to the future as Wisconsin is playing Michigan State Sunday at 4 o'clock.
And you may get a home team underdog on prime time.
Prime time, yes.
Wow.
That's why I threw it out there.
All right. Well, speaking of college basketball, I think it's that time to get into a Dream.
Okay, well, go ahead, because listen, first of all, I carried y'all last night.
Yes.
So guess what? You know how I feel after I give a beat down out? It's called sit back and sip the Kool-Aid a little bit and relax.
Sip the Kool-Aid. I love it. All right, so there's a couple of spots here, Dream, and you already know that I have my Friday favorites.
Okay.
And you know that I have the 24-5 Monmouth, New Jersey Hawks, who are hosting Siena tonight. The College Saints are getting 9 points, and I think Monmouth gets the job done. They're winners of 14 straight, and I think they tear it up tonight, brother.
This segment is brought to you by Daisy Garbage Company, as Hat is going to give you the garbage plays of the week.
You know something? People love this, and I'm going to tell you why. Because there are people on my timeline and in the group chats and stuff like that that gamble all day long. All day long. If they want, they find soccer in the morning, they find tennis in the afternoon, they find probably darts in between. I don't know, rugby,
cockroaches, cockroach races. Listen, it's great, and this is some of the variety that this program brings to you. Listen, first of all, we've always talked about responsible gambling. Mm-hmm. That's the first thing. Please do not, the college funds, your marriages, all that. And guys, understand, the dream, is getting divorced, but my gambling has nothing to do with my divorce. Trust me. Believe you me, that has nothing to do with it. There were some other issues, and I'm not going to get into that, obviously. But please, I want to just say this, and we couldn't talk about it more. Recognize and understand if you have a problem, and don't just blow it all off and think, I listen to this program and them goons, they gamble, because we probably don't gamble, and nor do we gamble the numbers that you may think that we do. We both work, have other jobs, do all kinds of other stuff, and it's just kind of a hobby and recreational. Yes, we have made some positive money and some positive financial. We've also lost some as well, but always keep into perspective balance and keep into perspective responsible gambling, please.
Right on, Dream. Exactly. Okay. So 7 o'clock. This is going to be a tough game for Oakland tonight, but you know what? I'm interested, and I may jump on it just because I think they're the superior team. But Oakland is 22-7 on the year. They're going into Wisconsin Green Bay tonight, and Wisconsin Green Bay is 17-11 on the year, 10-2 at home, winners of 2 straight games, and this line is even, 100% even, Dream. So this looks like the stomach ache of the night. I may not get involved in it, but I'm definitely interested in watching it. That's for sure. Okay. And one more spot here. I'm looking at the Harvard Crimson. I think it's time to start picking on Yale. Yale has lost 3 straight games. They're going into Harvard. Harvard just beat them in Yale and beat them pretty substantially. I think I'm going to get down with Harvard tonight as well. So I'm looking at Monmouth, Harvard, and possibly Oakland tonight as far as college basketball is concerned.
All right.
Those are my squads, kid.
No doubt. Let's see. The Monmouth is minus 9.5. Are you going to give the 9?
I'm going to do it. I probably will.
Okay.
Because they've been a covering machine lately. But I may also do a money line parlay with Harvard and Monmouth.
Okay.
And I think it'll pay, I think it'll be like a minus 125 or something like that if I put those together.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at. All right. You have anything as far as the NBA is concerned?
NBA is concerned, I got no plays on the NBA. I will point your attention towards the San Antonio Spurs. I do expect the line to be quite heavy. The Clippers got beat last night by the Golden State Warriors. And by the way, the Clippers were up at the half. Okay? The Clippers were up quite a bit at the half. I want to say almost close to 17 points. And you know what's funny is I'm sitting here looking at my phone and I'm saying to myself, I'm going to go get Golden State in the second half. I'm going to go get Golden State in the second half. And guess what happened? I fell asleep right on the couch, and when I woke up, Golden State was up already too and just about to put the drubbing on the Clippers as they end up scoring 50 points in the third quarter.
Lovely.
So I was not able to get the second half in, but I had Golden State paired with the Cleveland Cavaliers in the teaser, which worked out very well for me. So I can't be mad about that. However, the Clippers are going to the Spurs now. Clippers can't stop the bleeding, and we talked yesterday about I think this is it for the Clippers, dude. They are going to break this team up because it is just not getting it done.
They have to. Exactly. So looking at the rest of it here, Dream, I mean, you got OKC facing the Lake Show tonight, so that should be a pretty easy win.
Okay, don't wait. Okay, don't play the Lake Show with thinking that they're dusty like that too. because a lot of stuff is going on with this Lake Show right now. Magic Johnson is in the background. He ain't having it. Told everybody to put their Dre Beats headphones in the garbage and get on the basketball court. Stop the videos. Stop trying to hang out with the rappers. Leave the entourages at the cribs. A no-nonsense attitude is now going down in L.A. with the young boys. So don't think that the Lake Show is rolling in there and you're just going to just run all over them. Magic is bringing it back.
Okay.
Bringing it back. However, Russell Wilson should murder them.
Westbrook is going to go crazy.
I'm sorry, Russell Westbrook. I said Russell Wilson, my bad. Russell Westbrook.
Damn, son.
I hope Russell Wilson is doing some laps right now and getting himself in shape.
No doubt. So I'm looking at that one.
Fat.
I'm looking at that one, and I'm looking at the Denver Nuggets to beat the Brooklyn Nets. That should work.
The Nuggets. Damn, Hat, you really in the garbage tonight, huh?
No doubt. Those are the nights I like sometimes.
Well, you do have the Atlanta Hawks
night.
playing the Miami Heat tonight. The Heat, we talked about them being decimated with injuries. They haven't gotten any that much more healthier as we speak, and they are without a few of their marquee players. This Atlanta Hawk team, to me, they're the second. I think the Hawks, honestly, my opinion, okay, not based on records, not based on what's going on, but my opinion, the Hawks are probably the second best team in the East. I'm going to say that. I know what the Celtics are doing, but as far as all around and even the additive of Dwight Howard when he is on the court and does want to play, this Hawk team to me, does have the prototypical everything they need. It's just they don't have that winning pedigree or that chip on their shoulder, that swagger. They're like that nice guy team. However, they're only giving 3.5 tonight against the 3.5 tonight against the Heat. I kind of like the Hawks at home. The Hawks, the Hawks are 16-11 at home. The Heat 12-18 on the road. I'm not playing. I'm taking the night off. I had a great night last night. I'm taking the night off. I'm trying to get myself prepared for the weekend. But gang, you might want to look at the Atlanta Hawks tonight.
Get some Atlanta Hawks at 150-1 to win the NBA championship.
Do not do that. They're not even going. I don't know that they're going past the second round of the playoffs.
All right, sounds good. So that's enough of the NBA, unless you got anything else. Do you have anything as far as the NHL is concerned?
NHL is concerned. The NHL, I don't have anything for you tonight, gang. Once again, I am working on trying to get some hockey guys on this program. Everybody's schedule is conflicting. A lot of the SBTV Nation is West Coast. Believe it or not, there's very few listeners that are actually in our East Coast time, in the Eastern time zone. Most of our listeners are Central or West Coast, and that requires people to get up extremely earlier to be an additive of this show. And it's sometimes it's really hard booking these guests. But listen, your boy's still at work with it. Tonight, you got nothing really. You got 4 games going on, but there's nothing in here that I like. I don't see any really strong spots. So I'm not going to give anything out. Like I said, I'm going to stay away. But what is looking to be a very, very competitive and good game. Edmonton Oilers are playing the Washington Capitals, man. It should be as good as it gets right there. You're talking about 2 marquee hockey teams going up against each other. I really like what the Oilers do as far as their physicality. I really like what the Capitals do as far as their finesse. So you got physicality versus finesse tonight. It's going to be a great game. Personally, I'm leaning Edmonton, but don't discount the Caps. I just remember the Caps implosion last year. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Caps were dope going into, and that's the team I was talking about that was really good and headed into the playoffs and then ended up losing. The Washington Capitals are that team, and I don't know if they're out to prove it wrong this year. They are tearing it up. They're playing really good hockey, but they're a finesse hockey team, in my opinion. This is my opinion. They're a finesse hockey team. Capitals are kind of ugly, down and dirty, put a body on you, do a couple little sneaky things when nobody's looking. I like the Oilers, man. They're scrappy.
All right, Dream. Just so you know, if you were to put OKC, the Denver Nuggets, Oakland, Harvard, all money line, and Monmouth together, 100 pays $362.
And that is like the biggest stomach ache ever. Remember your other one that you had? Did it work? Because I said that you had paid too much. It wasn't going to work.
Yale got me.
Told you.
Yale got me. Because I hit Georgia Tech as a home team underdog to win the game. And then there was another one on there, too. I had Oakland, and Oakland won. It was
Anybody that was wagering for a long time knows this secret and this trick. You put your money line parlay together, look at the outcome, how much it wins, and that will tell you if it's going to win or not.
Shut up. All right, man. Let's get up out of here, Dream.
We're going to get out of here. Gang, what a fun show today. We had a really good time. We'll be back tomorrow. Is Dr. Dan joining us?
I believe so.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow. I'm working on trying to get a guest on for tomorrow as far as a little bit of UFC information, give Bo a little bit another opinion, another voice at you, and hopefully get him in the mix tomorrow. Tomorrow, remember, moving forward as far as the Dream is concerned, NCAA basketball. I am not messing with any away teams on Saturday.
Nope.
Okay, so if it's somebody dope on the road Saturday, guess what? As much as I love them to death, look, last week I didn't touch Arizona or UCLA, I believe. They were both on the road. I didn't go near them. So I am not doing road teams on Saturday at all. Terrence Mack is in the house. Benjamin Rowe, good to see you. Boski, Joseph Del Rosario's out there. Vegas Girl 92661, Kian BU, AB Lent, Shane Whitehead, Jeff Ryan, JC Fast, Eddie 72, JDH 24, Irvin, Rick Lopez. Big shout out to my man Jeff Ryan. Sent me a bunch of ideas for the program moving forward, which we are trying to. Right now, there is a vote going on about Freaky Friday, gang. I did tweet out a vote. We are interested in. Okay, so really quick, this is how the Freaky Friday thing went. We used to have Freaky Friday on the show. We were trying to have a guest on the show. She felt a little bit uncomfortable, so we want to make sure everybody feels comfortable with Freaky Friday. Guys, don't forget, we got a plethora of listeners. All kinds of people listen, all from everywhere, all over the world, all over the country, women, men, whatever. Some people have their kids on and listen. That's why we keep it as clean as possible. We don't swear. We don't want to, unlike Trump, we don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable.
Whatever, Dream.
We don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. We welcome everyone. So we're going to put this to a vote and see what you guys want to do as far as Freaky Friday. Be advised, we do not want nudity for Freaky Friday.
Right on, Dream. All right,
okay,
guys. Well, you know what? That's a great piece, and we'll see where it goes. We love you to death. Go out there. Enjoy your Friday night. Get ready for tomorrow. Get that money. Let's go.